Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Jonna. This is Jonna OMG. Today I'll be reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 9, Better Late Than Ugly. So we are back. Okay, there was no RHOA last week due to the holiday, but here we are. So we start this episode off with Sheree. She's getting acupuncture. She's trying to find any kind of natural remedy to combat the fibroid surgery. She really doesn't want to have surgery. She heard that when you have surgery, sometimes you have to have it multiple times. So she doesn't want to go that route. So she's trying to find these natural remedies. I got to do a little research here because I'm not sure how the acupuncture will help with the fibroid issue, but apparently something's working, right? So we'll see. So we move on to Marlo, and y'all, she is still smitten over Mr. Scott Lee, Jamaican man. Was that a good accent? I don't know. Baby, she was green about that good morning text. She was like, oh, he texted me good morning, beautiful. So honestly, we'll see what's going down with her and Scott Lee. If it's a match made in heaven like she thinking, we'll see. So Sonya is hosting a charity event. She's partnering with a school that educates homeless kids. So she wants to give back to the mothers. You know, her brand is Mommy Nation. So some of the girls mentioned that, some of the girls on her team rather mentioned that Kenya should host the charity event. And I'm like, child, Sonya, you just got back cool with Kenya. Like, good luck with asking her, girl. Like, let's see how that goes. So I really think Sonya really can make for a good housewife, y'all. I think she does a lot of things, like just like the stuff that's going on with her family, her charity. Like, she could make for a good housewife if she just didn't want a confessional thug. Like, if she had that smoke for these girls instead of just in her confessional, she'd probably be a good housewife. She could make it a little further, but she just be boring when she around the girls to me. I don't know. I don't remember her when she's like in the group. Anyway. So Kenya is shooting a Kenya Moore hair care. I'm not sure if it was a commercial or like a social media post. I'm not sure. But she had the drum line, the band, the cymbal. She had the whole nine for the Kenya Moore hair care. The only thing I was thinking of, I'm like, oh Lord, I hope Marlo doesn't judge her too hard. I hope she's like a good sport whenever she sees it, because y'all know she brought that drum line into the Marlo's event a couple years back. It was still iconic to me. I could not believe that girl did that. So she's marketed on it. So can you get a visit from her boo? He brought snacks and stuff from his restaurant. He wasn't all that to me. But she seems to like the man. I mean, the visit was so short, I really can't like gauge his personality in any kind of way, but looks wise, he was okay. He wasn't just like, ugh. I think Mark actually looks better, but nix on the Mark. No more Mark, please, Kenya. Side note, Kenya really like these men in the restaurant business. Mark had his own restaurant in New York. Now this man, can't remember his name. He has his own restaurant line. I'm like, okay, you and Marlo got that in common, girl. So anyway, we move on to Drew. She's with her mom and her sisters. They're still in town. So they talk about some of the issues that her sister has had, she was dealing with, that she had to be admitted to a psychiatric facility. She had some residual trauma that she hadn't dealt with. Really, it all came to a head. So I'm sure she's not alone in that. There are probably people watching this video now. There's some trauma you need to deal with. Probably myself included, honestly. So, you know, I commend her for, you know, even putting that out there, you know. There's a stigma behind mental facilities, so I'm glad they were able to share that for sure. So Sheree's having a dinner, and Ian walks in. Lisa Wu, Deshaun, and Kim Zolciak, all from season 1. Were y'all tuned in season 1? Were y'all fans of RHOA in season 1? Do y'all remember Deshaun, Lisa Wu, Kim, Nene was on there, Sheree? I think that was all. I think it was just them. those ladies, Lisa Wu, Deshawn, Kim, Nene, Sheree. Yeah, I think it was just those 5 from season 1. I was tuned in. I know I was. Too grown for my own business. Why am I watching it at that age? I can see Deshawn has changed a bit. She was super quiet during that whole dinner, just as quiet as she was during her whole season 1. I mean, Deshawn is boring. Like, she really can't make it on reality TV. She's just boring. She didn't even say much of a word at all. They really had to, like, pull it out of her. Like, anyway, so Sheree ended up inviting all the ladies to Portugal, which is not in Spain. Kenya Moore. Okay, it's right beside it. It's not in Spain. So I don't know if she's invited Lisa, Kim, and Deshawn on this trip also, I guess. Because Kim was asking like who all's coming. So I was like, okay, that's going to be a hot mess if Sheree invite these ladies as well. Like, good luck to you, Sheree. So Lisa Wu brings up Kim and the house situation. Remember I think it was a couple years back, child, it might have been a couple months back that Kim was in the blog, so she was almost finna lose her house, and Kim's like, it's just not true, it's just not true. But I'm like, who believes anything Kim says anyway? I don't believe anything Kim Zolciak says out of her mouth, okay? And ain't nothing but lies that come from that lady. So anyway, and then in recent news, her and Croc, no, not Croc, what's his name? Croy. Her and Croy were in the blogs because they were about to get a divorce, and then like 2 days later they're saying that they're not gonna get a divorce. And I bet it was some monetary issues that happening. Like, divorce is expensive, and neither one of them, I don't think they have money coming in. Like, what are they doing now? What is Kim doing for a paycheck right now? So they probably couldn't afford it, so now they're gonna work on their marriage. Like, okay, yeah, y'all do that. So we have arrived to Sonya's charity event, and her sister is all upset. You know, her sister does her hair, and she's upset because Sonya didn't tell her the schedule, so she didn't know when she was supposed to be there. And then she didn't even show up for the charity event. I'm like, girl, okay, like, I understand you were mad about her not telling you the time, but to be fair, her assistant, brother-in-law, / your husband just quit on her like 2 days ago. Like, she doesn't have an assistant now. Like, that's a job that a assistant is supposed to do, like give people the schedule, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, she can't think of every little thing. So I really think the sister needs to cut her some slack. And I didn't like the fact that she didn't even show up to the charity event at all. Like, you knew the event was happening, I'm sure. Just because you didn't know the time you needed to do Sonya's hair, you still knew the event was happening. So for you not to even show up, I didn't like it. It wasn't a good look to me. Now, granted, I'm going to be fair. Like, I understand her frustrations for sure. You know, I'd be upset, and you know, I guess it's an expectation that Sonya wants them to be at her beck and call. So I understand that she's like, no, I got a life too. Like, I can't be at your beck and call all day. I'm sure she has her own, you know, clients that she have to do. I'm sure Sonya's her biggest client, though. I'm sure. So, I don't know. I can understand both sides, but I do think her sister needs to cut her some slack. Your husband just quit on her like 2 days ago. Like, goodness. All in all, it seems like Sonya just needs to find her another assistant ASAP. So the ladies are arriving at the brunch, and Sonya is starting on time, y'all. Like, as soon as they really sat down, they were already eating, like the, you know, ladies of the group or whatever. So y'all, Kenya was over an hour late, and I know she said the line that coined this episode, better late than ugly. Yeah, but girl, you on the program. Like, you are on the program. Like, I really didn't think it was cool that she was an hour late. Like, that would have just, like, frustrated me so bad. But Sonya was still, you know, being a good sport about it. And Kenya really came through at the end. So, all is well. But, so Kenya ended up sitting at a different table because she had brought a friend, or brought a +1. And the +1 couldn't sit at the table with other ladies. So, she ended up sitting at a table behind them. So Sonya presents this mommy award. And she's presenting it to Sheree. So Sheree's son Cairo came out and presented it, said a few words about his mom. I thought that was nice. That was a nice surprise for Sheree. I wish Cairo would have brought that baby, because that baby is so cute. That would have been the perfect touch. Having the little baby present Sheree with the little mommy award. That was cute though. So Kenya she's not the host. She's actually the auctioneer. So she was really bringing in the dough. Like, she was calling these girls out. Okay, Candy. Okay, Drew. Okay, Marlo, Sheree, where y'all money at? Like, so they end up raising, Sonya's goal was $50,000. They end up raising $78,000, which I thought was really good. I'm glad it was no drama at this event, but I did notice Courtney only spent $2,500. Everybody else was doing $5,000 and $10,000. Courtney, I see you. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna get off Courtney one day, y'all. I'm gonna get off of her one day. I am trying. I think I just need to see another side of her. Like, first impressions are really important, and she really didn't have a good first impression with me, honestly. She just came in too hot. I don't know, but I'll give her a chance. So that was pretty much it. The episode was pretty meh. I mean, I really give it like a 3 out of 10. But we did see the mid-season trailer, honey, and honestly, I don't even know where to start. But it seems like the season is up from here, which I hope so, because the ratings for Atlanta right now have not been the best. Like, this season is really kind of boring, if I'm being frank. Really kind of boring. So I hope it's up from here. That mid-season trailer it looked a little juicy. It looked like a lot of things was going to be happening. So we shall see. But yeah, this episode 9, I rated like a 3 out of 10. But thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week. Also, are you ladies a fan of Beverly Hills? I know I am, and I will be tuning in. So if you are, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment down below to my channel. See you next week.